What's going on, believers? Guys, we're going to talk about the general crypto market right here because there's a lot of things that are happening. You keep seeing dumps. You're wondering what's going on, why the prices are not moving. Every time you look at the charts, there's just a whole bunch of red. And let's go talk about why. It's not financial advice, but I'm always.
I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways.
All right, guys, as you can see right here, Bitcoin is now down to 37,520, and it continues to go down as we speak. Right now, there has been a lot of moves to the downside. I think about an hour ago, the 1 hour candle showed it down about 2%. That's a huge number. Same thing was happening with Ethereum. And the question is, what's going on? Well, about 2 hours ago, there was a report coming out of Russia that 5 Ukrainians attacked Russia and they had to kill those people. Now, I know what you're saying. Wait a minute, believes. You just said the Ukrainians attacked the Russians. That's exactly what I said. And I said that because that's what Russia reported. And it turns out, by the way, it was false news, which is why you're seeing the market starting to slowly go sideways to sort of correct itself. But it does illustrate that there is a lot of nervous sentiment right now about the Ukraine and about Russia. Now, if you follow the American media, we've gone from uh, Ukraine is going to be attacked by Russia, and your right wing media telling you, oh, of course it's not. It's not going to happen. This is all just a thing for Joe Biden to do whatever he's going to do. And if you follow the left wing media, then you've been hearing, oh no, this is the greatest threat to democracy that ever lived. For some reason, we have to be uh, involved in the Ukraine because insert reason here. It changes. The narrative always seems to go a little bit askew when we get to that point. But the end result of this all is that here we are sitting in a place in a foreign land, staring across the border at Russian 170,000 troops at last, alleged count, waiting for the shoe to drop. Now, what is the playbook and what has been the playbook? Well, reports coming out about 5 days ago, and if you don't believe me, go look it up yourself. Reports about 5 days ago, they said this. They said Russia is withdrawing its troops, but don't be fooled by that because what it looks like Russia is attempting to do is get close enough into the territory to cause Ukraine to fight back. And when that happens, they're going to use that as a justification for invading the Ukraine. And what are you seeing play out right now? Well, you're seeing the news play out that way right now. And the news reports, they're not coming out of the liberal media. They're not coming out of the conservative media. They're coming out of the Russian media right now. Hey, we were attacked. We got to take over Ukraine and steal everything in it. So that's what you're seeing play out right now. There's some nervous sentiment in the market. It's going to continue to manifest itself for a little while. Then let's take this a step further. American interest rates are rising, which is going to suppress the price just a little bit. Then take it a step further. This week, we are told that Joe Biden will be signing or releasing an agreement that he has or a proposal that he has for how to manage and or govern the crypto space. And the likelihood of it is not that something will be done, but that he will be forming a task force to study whatever is whatever they've decided is the uh, dawning threat of cryptocurrency, that it's going to take whatever it's going to take. I don't know what the logic is and what the reason is. I mean, I understand that what they don't want is they don't want you to not pay your taxes, which is why there's centralized exchange. But I think now we're reaching a point where decentralized exchanges are becoming more and more and more commonplace, and we are finding ways for decentralized exchange to be able to transfer your money back out to you and we're finding creative ways, and that is probably not going to fly very well with most governments because that is a way for you to evade taxes, and that's not what they want to do. So that's where the market is right now. That's why the sentiment seems to be sour just a bit as we head into this week, and this is an important week. Moving on. All right, guys, you've been listening to me for any length of time. You know what I said. What I said was that we were headed for another dip. It didn't matter what the reasons were, we were headed for that dip. Does that mean that there is manipulation in the market? There's obviously always manipulation in the market, but there's also real world consequences that are happening right now. American inflation and some of the world's inflation are through the roof right now, causing the price of things to go up. We have tensions and crises on the border of Ukraine, who at first refused to make it a thing, and now they're realizing that it is way more serious than they originally thought. Um, so here we are. Don't lose faith in the market because the markets are always going to go through dips. And what I said in my previous videos, I'm still going to stand by, and that is that around March 15, near the middle, historically speaking, that is the moment when we are going to see the top of this thing just kind of blow off, not necessarily in a natural way. It's going to be orchestrated, but it looks like that's the moment that's coming. This market has moved for years to the same drummer, and it uses the same logic patterns, and it uses the same sentiments, and that's not going to change. The dates might change a little bit, but the way the market moves is the way the market moves. And we are due for a massive up coming in the middle of March, around the Ides of March. So, guys, that's my time. This is not financial advice. Take your profits on the way up. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Do your own research on your projects. Go outside. Get yourself some sunlight. Don't stare at charts. And remember that I am always right.